everyone. My name is Marvin Halden. I'm from Suriname in South America. First of all, I feel really honored to be part of this team and also the journey that I've been through. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a model. I'm a social media influencer. I have my own company. I just started my second company in Suriname last year, and now I'm busy with my third company, just small companies.
Can you please mention the titles that you won so far?
Okay, I started approximately nearly in 2017. I started with my first male pageant. That was Man Universe Model. That was in Santo Domingo. I didn't end up in the top. And then I participated in Miss Grand International. That was in Brazil. I ended at the sixth runner-up position. In 2019, I did Mr. Caribbean. I didn't got any position, and then I went to the last one, Mr. Caribbean Island Continental, where I got the number one position.
So why is male pageant for you?
For me, it's more competition where you're being judged based on your physical appearance, your attractiveness, your qualifications, your intelligence, because the judges and the organization want to see through the male pageant if you're the qualified contestants for them to represent not only the competition but also their country, because you're a contestant from your country but you're going to compete in a different country, and if you win in that country you have to represent your own country and their country. So that is what they're looking for. Are you qualified? Do you have what it takes? Can they believe in you? Can they trust you? Are you willing to do everything that they ask you? But also you can have your own opinion, but you have to be honest to them also. Be transparent, give them what they're worth.
So what is the purpose of a male pageant?
To find a contestant, their personality, their strength, their weaknesses as a person, and also to gain confidence and raise self-esteem.
So what is the benefit?
The benefit, it's mostly what I've noticed is the confidence that they want to create within you and as a contestant, but also to grow as an individual, regardless of your gender, your race, your sexuality. It doesn't matter where you're coming from or what you're doing in your daily routine, but you have to be willing to have confidence to grow. You have to be willing to make the next step.
So what have you achieved after joining this beauty pageant?
What I've achieved so much, to be honest. First of all, I'm the brand ambassador of so many companies in Suriname, so many clothing stores, fashion designers. I've also, since 2019, I started as a social media influencer. I think you already know about that. Like social media influencers are people that have a lot of followers. They interact with their followers, and we're getting like free stuff. We're getting paid for our service.
So which are the biggest top beauty pageant, as a male beauty pageant in the world?
For me, the biggest one, the one that always stands out, and I've always admired that pageant, is Mr. World. But except Mr. World, you also have Manhunt International, you have Mr. International, Mr. Supernational, Man Universe Model that I also competed in, and Mr. Global. But for me, the one that always stands out is Mr. World. And like each pageant has their own purpose. And what are the goals in a pageant? What do you want to achieve? If you're traveling through different countries, you have to know that you're going to be a brand ambassador for big brands, for big companies. You're going to be the face. You're going to see your face everywhere. And you have to be aware of the differences of those two. Like each pageant has their own purpose.
What makes you a good role model?
And for me, a role model is actually somebody, everybody has their own perception about a role model. But for me, a role model is someone that stays himself through everything that he's going through in life, and someone that is effective, inspiring, hardworking, someone that inspires young people to always believe in themselves.
So what change would you like to bring in a male pageant industry?
First of all, it started with my age, because people were always telling me like, age, you're too old to compete in a pageant. Age is just a number. If you know that you're capable of what you can do in a male pageant, if you know what a goal is and what the purpose is within a male pageant, if you have the personality and the discipline, you can compete in any pageant. You have to show those people that you can achieve what they want.
So have you never talked about to be a national director?
I am the national director. I am the national director of all the competitions that I already competed in. And 2 years ago, I sent two of my Mr. They went to Mr. Grand in 2018 because I won in 2017. In 2018, I sent one of my misters to Mr. Grant in Brazil. He didn't enter the top six, but he got two subtitles. In 2019, I also sent one of my misters. He ended up at the third runner-up position. So I am the national director of a few competitions, but I'm doing so much that I don't really promote it. But I'm really busy in this country. I'm also coaching other organizations here and also other models here.
So, as a national director, what changes have you brought in the male pageant industry?
First of all, it's not easy to gain these guys because in Suriname people have a different kind of opinion about male pageantry. And first of all, you should know how you want to transform somebody from nothing to something. It's a whole process. Like, you have to give them the skills, you have to give them the qualification, you have to learn, you have to teach them everything that they don't know, but also how do they have to continue in life after they've won a competition, after they've entered a competition. And also, the difference that we had between white people and black people, it's still a big issue that is going on, and that is why I want to focus more on black models, on black contestants that have to enter a competition. That is also the reason why I started with pageantry, because I've been seeing worldwide that most of the competition that have been won by white people, but black people were also in these competitions. Why couldn't they win these competitions? That's when I did my research. I worked on myself, I developed myself, I done a lot of talking with other organizations, other national directors, and they told me like these and these are the qualities that you have to fix, and these are the things that you have to do. If you want to compete, if you want to show the world that you have what it takes, you have to do this. Because if we're not working together as a team, we're never going to make that step. And we've seen that through the years, a lot of changes has come between male pageantry, that black people have won number one position and they've entered the top 5 or the top 10.
What do you think are most of beauty queens or beauty kings after win the title? We don't see them anymore.
To be honest, it's a really good question. It's a really good question. I think it has to do with when you're winning a pageant, a lot of media, the focus is like you're the title holder for 1 year. And the organization, brands are going to focus on you for 1 year. But it's up to you if you want people to still contact you for other bookings, for commercials, you name it. You have to represent yourself because people have already seen what you can do. So you have to work on yourself to represent yourself on social media, on the local TV, so that they can still know like, oh, for example, Marvin is still there. Marvin is doing this. And it's a mindset. It's a mindset. Well, I would say if you're ever willing to enter a beauty pageant as a Mr., as a Miss, or as a contestant, always do your research. That is one of the main things you should always do. Each pageant has their own purpose or their own goal. And if you have doubts about anything, don't hesitate to ask questions or to people that have already done those pageants. You can learn so much from them. And one main thing is always believe in yourself and never give up.